Welcome to a new update in which we'll be discussing a Solana price prediction, as Solana has been doing great as one of the layer ones that has been expanding in terms of price action and expanding in terms of fundamental growth of the entire ecosystem or platform. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update, and also do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram where you can find daily content when it comes to the markets. So Solana is one of the layer 1 blockchains that has been growing tremendously during 2021 in terms of price action, but also in terms of adoption, as the amount of TVL locked inside the entire ecosystem has grown tremendously too. The reason for that is that it's an opportunity to swap from Ethereum towards Solana, given the tremendous issues that Ethereum has in terms of price or in terms of transaction costs and gas fees, which come from scalability issues. And that's why other layer ones have been doing great, and Solana is one of them. And also Solana has pretty solid names as backers. As we know, Sam Bankman-Fried from Alameda Research, who is also the CEO of FTX, is one of the major backers of Solana. And also these backers invest a huge chunk of capital in the growth of the entire ecosystem of Solana, which we'll be discussing in a little bit. So with the improved performance of that Solana's design offers and its growing adoption, it has some great potential to stay in the top of the smart contract platform industry. The rapid adoption and price increase also show the total interest that is in the entire ecosystem. There's a few issues though. One of them is that Solana does not come without risk. It has network risk. There's the concern that many have about the requirements for miners, which is quite high and thus not very favorable for decentralization. Furthermore, despite having many billions in TVL, its network has had issues on numerous occasions of this year, and the network has been down for a few hours already for multiple times earlier too. And then second, we all know that the big investors and the big VCs get their unlocked tokens next year in the first quarter. So that is a reason that might be bringing some additional sell pressure to the price action of Solana. So that is a few topics that you should be aware of if you're going to invest into this project at this point. But still, if the entire ecosystem is going to grow and we're going to expand ourselves in size of markets, this one will still be running relatively good, or still be showing an increased interest. And because of the actual usage of the Solana token, we might be seeing an increase in price action as well. So now let's head to the important part, which is the price prediction. Let's head towards the chart. So when we're looking at the price action of Solana at this point, we can already conclude that we've just witnessed a massive run earlier this year, as Solana was one of the biggest runners after the actual crash in the summer of this year, which we can see in the chart too. Nice consolidation and nice breakout since. Now the question becomes ultimately whether we're going to sustain this run and whether we can have another run after this big expansion resulting into a price discovery point once again, or whether we're going to have a corrective period from here. So that's what I want to cover first on the Bitcoin pair. What we can see is that we've got a clear resistance point. So this resistance point is definitely one to watch. If that one is going to break, we're going to have a new expansion upwards in which a new impulse wave can start. And as we can see, we've got a nice compression being built up here already. When we're looking at the other side of the chart, what are the crucial levels that we have to watch in terms of avoiding a correction or avoiding a crash on the price action itself? That is definitely built from this price action here, in which we should be watching a case of holding the green zone around 32k sats. If that one is going to sustain, we should be good and we should be ready for continuation with the market. So we have to hold above this level, and if that is going to sustain, we are arguably looking for continuation with Solana overall. Keep in mind that we could be getting sell pressure from those VCs, but something that is important to watch is always the terms of price action, as when we held the actual crucial support during the period in the summer, it also started running up heavily. If the entire support zone around 32k is not going to sustain, I'm looking at the next support zone, which is around 24k sats, but those are all entry points when you want to get into the actual coin itself. Looking at a price prediction, I think that if the market is going to expand itself towards 10 to 15 trillion, another 5x on Solana should be quite normal as well, as that is just the average of the entire market. But if we are looking at a Fibonacci extension, we could be seeing ourselves running towards 71k sats or potentially even 112k sats. Looking at Solana against USDT, we can look at a price action which failed to actually continue running, and through that we are seeing some retests taking place here as well. Once again, we can see a massive strength on the price action after we've been holding a crucial level of support, which was beneficial for continuation. As we can see, the markets have been seeing acceleration since then, and we've seen a very important support level sustained when it comes to Solana. Now, some beautiful retests have been taking place, and now we're seeing lower lows, lower highs, but the crucial level that we should be watching to sustain as support is this entire region that we have here. If Solana sustains above 140 bucks, the next impulse wave might bring us towards a new price discovery rally as well. What is the crucial resistance point for Solana to break through? That is this entire block around 193, as that was the key trigger before we started to nosedive with the entire market. So, or at least we started to lose an important support level. If Solana breaks through this point, we get towards the Solana price prediction. I'm assuming we are still very bullish with the markets going into 2022, and we're looking for a new expansion of the markets to be taking place. And in that case, you want to start looking for a potential Fibonacci extension to be derived. In this case, we can see that we've got an expansion which is higher than the entire numbers of Fibonacci in itself. So we might be seeing a fundamental play taking place here. If we derive ourselves from the previous low and previous high and start targeting Fibonacci extension levels, the two levels that I'm personally watching are 410 bucks and 650 bucks in the first few runs. But imagine that we're getting an extensive bull market in which Bitcoin is going to make a big run, but the entire cryptocurrency market cap is going to make a big run. We might be seeing an exceeding run for Solana here as well, in which we make this run, have another correction, and then we start running one more time before the entire bull market is over, resulting into a run that might be bringing us towards, let's say, if we have something like this, let's say we can even hit $1,000 or 1.5k, and then we're getting to the end of this bull cycle. So in this run, I think $600 is not unlikely, but I do not believe that we're going to hit 1k within one run. I do believe that the markets are going to be relatively bullish, and if we get towards a 5x of the entire crypto markets, this is where I'm looking at. Don't forget to subscribe beneath, and I'll see you again soon.